Hi, I'm Betsy Rosenfeld with the Center for Governmental Studies. This is Proposition Preview 2008. Here with me now is John Dunlap, former chairman, State Air Resources Board with Yes on 10. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy to be with you today.
Okay, let's get started with why should Californians vote yes on Prop 10?
Well, Proposition 10 addresses, I think, the 3 or 4 most important environmental problems facing the state of California. Number one, we have landmark legislation that's been enacted in California that requires progress towards controlling greenhouse gas emissions. This particular proposition is aimed right at that. It gets at not just transportation fuels, but transportation vehicles, and it reduces millions of pounds of greenhouse gases. In addition, there's a low-carbon fuel standard that's being developed by the state of California that's going to require improvement by a minimum of 10% in the carbon content of fuels. This also addresses that. In addition, we have renewable energy requirements. The electric utilities are required to increase their portfolio of renewable power. That would be wind, solar, and tidal energy for electric power generation, and this provides incentive monies for that as well. So this is aimed right at the core environmental challenges of the state of California.
And obviously, environmental is a big word right now, very important in the elections. How would Prop 10, if you could break it down a little bit into more specifics if it passed, address these issues?
Prop 10 provides $2.875 billion in incentives for the purchase of clean vehicles. So about 250,000 vehicles, that would be light-duty cars, medium-duty trucks, and on-road trucks will be able to apply for incentive money that will fund purchase of a cleaner vehicle. The range is between $2,000 up to $50,000 as an incentive. So you'll be able to get out of those old, dirty trucks that pollute. You see them in Los Angeles so frequently.
We see them a lot.
They'll be able to upgrade their equipment. In addition, there's about $1.3 billion for electricity generation incentives for renewable energy sources. So about $1 billion will be invested for wind, solar, and tidal, as I mentioned, geothermal, and other cheap renewable sources. That is a huge focal point for us. We simply don't have enough renewable energy generating electricity in our state, so it's going to help there. And lastly, there's about nearly $900 million available for research and job training to get at people to service those vehicles, for example. It's going to take mechanics. It's going to take people that know how to service them, and some fuel research and other things that will help move the implementation of the bond.
California has 12 measures on the ballot. There's 2 different energy measures. Now, a lot of people decide which way they're going to vote based on who's supporting it. So who are your supporters?
Well, it's interesting. We have, for example, a colleague of mine with the American Cancer Society, a former president and chairman of the board, Bill Henderson, really believes very strongly that this particular bond measure focuses on improving public health. For example, I mentioned greenhouse gas benefits. I didn't talk about criteria pollutant improvements, the things, again, in Los Angeles and other urban areas that we've been struggling so much with. It's going to improve public health a great deal. There are environmentalists and technology companies that feel very strongly that you're going to have to provide some incentives to get people to make changes relative to energy. So we have a broad coalition of people. I also am pleased to say we've checked the data and the information with those in state government to make sure that the priorities before this initiative emerged on the ballot were things that were important for the state. So we're pretty confident that we have the right kind of supporters to back this.
You've mentioned these, but I want to lay them out clearly for everyone watching. The most important arguments for Prop 10.
Well, I would say that I would categorize them in maybe 3 main things. One, first and foremost, the objective is to change the vehicle fleet, to improve it so that you can have lower polluting, improved vehicles and across all sectors: light-duty cars, medium-duty trucks, and heavy-duty.
Okay. Sorry, one last thing.
And the second item would be renewable energy sources, pushing to make sure that we have a way to incentivize people to invest in renewable energy and bring it forward to the marketplace.
Okay, real quickly, what would be the biggest impact on California if it passes?
You're going to see cleaner skies. You're going to see less of a negative impact on greenhouse gas emissions.
Great. Thank you so much, and best of luck on Election Day. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.